By 2025, Ford intends to build 2 million electric vehicles yearly. But all of a sudden, they've had a change of heart. The company has remained silent about most of this, but you wouldn't believe the statistics and information we got on this. Keep watching to know more. All that is required for gas prices to rise and everyone to switch to electric vehicles would be just one more natural disaster or refinery fire that destroys a significant crude oil plant. Ford announced its most recent measure to improve its capacity of batteries and supply of raw materials to make it happen, although layoffs may happen after all. Ford announced its newest move to meet the demand for its popular electric vehicles and support ambitious future ambitions. With the help of these measures, Ford will be able to build 600,000 vehicles annually by the end of 2023 and more than 2 million by the end of 2026. Ford delivered fewer than 28,000 battery electric vehicles in 2017, yet the company is investing $50 billion to dominate the EV market. Additionally, the manufacturer is struggling to keep up with the demand. The Mustang Mach-E electric SUV and the F-150 Lightning electric full-size pickup vehicle both have lengthy waiting lists for customers. In order to enhance production, Ford had to close order books. The company currently produces 2,000 Mach-E's every week, but when Ford retools to commit the entire Mexico factory to the electric Mustang next year, the run rate will treble. Ford claims to have scored 70% of the battery capacity required to fulfill 2026 targets of 2 million EVs annually, and the 60 gigawatt-hours required to support the first phase of the manufacturing plan, which calls for the production of 600,000 EVs annually. It's significant that Ford is expanding its battery chemistry lineup to include lithium iron phosphate, in addition to its current nickel cobalt manganese chemistry, a crucial step towards making vehicles like the Mach-E profitable, something that has slid with increased material costs. LPP minimizes the reliance on limited minerals and offers a 10 to 15% cost savings. During a conference call with investors and the public, Ford Model E Vice President Lisa Drake stated that battery costs are where the battle would be won in the near future. In North America, starting the following year, Contemporary Amperex Technology Company, or CATL, will offer LFP battery packs for the Mach-E and the following generation. Ford and CATL are searching for alternative strategies to deliver more batteries in China, Europe, and North America in order to reach the 2 million manufacturing target. A new CATL facility has not yet been given a specific location. LG Energy Solution has boosted capacity in Poland to supply more batteries for the Mach-E and E-Transit in order to increase the supply of the NCM batteries that are currently required. Ford anticipates having 40 gigawatts of locally produced battery cell capacity in North America by 2026. According to Drake, who declined to offer more details, this will be in addition to the 3 battery factories that are already scheduled to be built in Tennessee and Kentucky. Ford is aiming to expand its sources in North America as it develops a new EV supply chain in order to obtain the raw materials required. The automaker has ambitions to build a cathode production plant in North America and is collaborating with businesses that mine and supply resources all around the world, including Canada, Indonesia, and Australia. The company is also attempting to solve problems with the infrastructure for charging. Only 95% of the public charging attempts are effective. The company is also attempting to solve problems with the infrastructure for charging. Only 95% of public charging attempts are effective, according to the customer feedback, and 20% are annoying. But did you know about Ford's layoff plans? On the media call, representatives from Ford declined to address media claims that the company intends to lay off thousands of white-collar employees, many whom are connected to the legacy division of the company that produces cars with internal combustion engines. Salary-paying employees in the departments of sales, marketing, engineer, and corporate services might be let go. The impact on factory workers is not anticipated. With the layoff rumors not settling, it's stated that Ford revealed intentions to split the business into 2 sections in March. While Ford Model E staff continues to work on conventional gas and diesel-powered vehicles, which still account for the majority of sales and produce the earnings required to finance EVs, Ford Blue employees are concentrating on EVs, software-defined vehicles, and other future technologies. Farley has previously said that the legacy side of the company is overly complex and that many of the legacy employees lack the necessary abilities to transition to the EV side of the company. When the company forecast in March that its campaign for electric vehicles could lose up to $3 billion this year, it made headlines. Due to a slower-than-expected uptake of the new battery-powered cars, the business now anticipates losing even more money on EVs. According to an estimate released by Ford, its electric vehicle sector will lose $4.5 billion this year. The subsidiary, known as Ford Model E, has already lost nearly $1.8 billion in 2023. The company is delaying its production goals as well. It now expects to reach a production pace of 600,000 units annually by 2024. It previously aimed to reach that goal by the end of this year. The company still has more than enough room to keep investing in electric cars thanks to impressive performance in its traditional and commercial vehicle categories. The business recorded a significant increase in net income and increased its profit projection for the entire year. Although demand for electric vehicles is rising quickly, it's not quite rising quickly enough to keep up with expanding supply. Reports say that there are over 90,000 electric cars and trucks on dealers' lots, a four-fold increase from a year ago. Ford and other EV producers are presently engaged in a price war, especially Elon Musk's Tesla, which has lowered prices in both China and the United States to boost sales and seize market share. Musk was praised by Ford CEO Jim Farley in late April for adhering to a strategy laid out by Henry Ford, the company's founder. Ford reduced the cost of some of its electric vehicles, including the electric F-150 Lightning pickup truck, by as much as 17% last week. Farley argued that earlier movers like Ford would be prepared to sell vehicles to customers once they were persuaded to switch to electric vehicles to capitalize on the slower-than-expected adoption of EVs. Ford's second EV endeavor is also clashing with geopolitics. The business revealed an unexpected partnership with contemporary Amperex Technology, or CATL, the Chinese battery manufacturer that we mentioned earlier. Ford will license cutting-edge battery technology from CATL for a new $3.5 billion Michigan plant that is expected to start operating in 2026. It's reported that CATL will also help set up the Ford-owned and run plant while permanently putting some workers in Michigan to support the U.S. manufacturer. Due to the company's overall success, Farley and Ford can afford to be slow with electric vehicle development. Ford's revenue for the most recent quarter increased by 12% to $45 billion. Ford Pro, the company's division for commercial vehicles, saw significant revenue growth of 22% to $15.6 billion. Additionally, the automaker's quarterly net income of $1.9 billion was nearly triple than it was at this time last year. Ford also boosted its earnings before interest and taxes, or EBIT guidance, from an earlier range of $9 billion to $11 billion to between $11 billion and $12 billion. The business expects its traditional and commercial vehicle segment to generate $16 billion in EBIT, which will more than cover the anticipated $4.5 billion loss from electric vehicles. John Lawler, the chief financial officer at the time, stated in March that startups lose money as they invest in capability, develop knowledge, build volume, and gain share. Even though Ford was only anticipating a $3 billion loss from its EV division, Ford has also been underestimating consumers' interest in new models like the Bronco, Maverick, and Mach-e. When these cars are released, a lot of people want them all at once. But when people start to obtain what they want, demand starts to decline. Users suggest that Ford must abandon the conventional bell curve and adopt a falling demand approach similar to that used in consumer electronics. And with that, we come to the end of this video. Drop your thoughts about Ford's upcoming EVs in the comment section below. And do not forget to click like, share, and subscribe if you're new to this channel and love our content. Until next time, see you again.